Buenas noches a todos. Welcome back to Tom Plays Europa Universalis 4 for absolute beginners. We are back with the mighty Empire of Spain. Slowly making inroads into just about everywhere, which is good. Although the Ottomans are still growing and they were spying on us recently, which is a little bit of a concern. I see Venice is having a resurgence. Well, that's good. Might distract the Ottomans a bit. On the plus side, we still have Poland as a junior partner, and we're allied with Prussia and Austria. So hopefully that will give us some advantages. The Holy Roman Empire seems to have more or less disintegrated now. It's largely become Austria, Bohemia and Prussia now. Prussia seems to be heading well into Lithuania. So yeah, quite glad to have those as allies. Really would love to get a Habsburg on the throne and potentially get them as a junior partner. Well, what can you do? Anyway, so sort of looking at the colonies again and thinking of trying to finally take Cajamarca, who we have a lot of claims on. And honestly, I think we'll mostly be able to do this with our colonial nations, but because of the war against Poland, we do still have some armies. So I'm going to form one decent sized army and use that to attack them. And basically just take as much land as we possibly can. Okay. Oh, brilliant. There's another colony. I'm trying to grow this colony as much as possible. We're actually starting to run out of lands to colonise, which is interesting. Right, let's have a diversion and take down these separatists. While I'm thinking about it, I don't think we have any claims on Wanka down here. And apparently they're going to join in, so I might just build a spy network. I don't know if we lost our claims because we did have them vassalised for a while, along with Cusco. Yes, let's invest in the naval force. Not that concerned about costs, but the technology is always useful. Veneering. Efforts will be admired throughout the nation, or so administrative power or prestige. We've only got 60 prestige, so let's go with prestige. Gets us nicely up to 100. Plan limit 31. Supply limit 36. That's more like it. Of Gao, lost an advisor. Well, ideally we want a +3 again, and discipline is a good modifier. Yeah, we're doing okay. Okay, we have got the option to draft citizens or to mass draft with an incentive, so I'll definitely do the mass draft. That's a very small amount of cash by our standards. That'll be fine. I'm getting fairly cavalier about money now. Of course, we still don't have as much as we actually want because we don't have +3 advisors everywhere. France have colonies next to ours. Yeah, this is because they're still growing French Brazil. I'm probably working in vain to lock them in, really. But I will do my best. In any event, we should be able to take those lands from them pretty soon, I hope. We're just going to have to recall all of our armies. In Wachuk. Aha! The Ottomans again. Right, excellent. So what we want to do next is start doing the mainland. So we've made Tierra Austral as large as we can. So there's a few lands we can take. There's this one here next to Brunei, which I think is quite good for a trade node. Actually, this trade node here, which might make it quite desirable for us. There is the Moluccas though. I do tend to quite like Papua because it's the largest landmass in effect. Although I mean this isn't bad. 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is five items there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's also 5. It's Papua definitely has more, to be fair. Plus it also has the advantage that it's right next door to Australia, so we will get more help. Disadvantage is there isn't a nation already on there. Like here, we can probably use this as an excuse to take the rest of Brunei. So I might actually do Brunei this time. Bit of a department from tradition for me. I mean, I think we will have some freed up colonies soon, so I might be trying to send a second one over here anyway. See if we can speed things up a bit. Some military technology, which is good. Not currently in a war, so we can afford to update. Right, so Latin Hussars, that's Western Europe. Looks like. Latin Dragoons. Also European. Arme Blanche. Okay, well, they were all basically an option. So I'll go with the Dragoons, it's fine. I'm not going to look too much into it. Looks like we've managed a conversion. Oh, looks like we can change another thing as well. So we've lost Reformed Corps Tercio. We've got Light Infantry, which is a balance. Caroline Infantry, which is Swedish, and Grentherin's just Hungary and Croatia. I'll go for Line Infantry. It's not specifically Spanish, but it's not specifically not Spanish. We've finally dealt with Cleves, but they will cost an absolute bomb to... and they'll only take 12 months though, so let's do it. Let us fight back against the Protestant Reformation. I'm not entirely sure who we're fighting here. Also, I'm not sure why we don't have any troops. Pretty sure I told them to get on board. Never mind, we'll go back for them. Take a while for a colonist to show up anyway, I think. It's part of Tierra Austral, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So we don't need to worry about defending it. Should be able to count on Australia to do that for us. I see the Ottomans are getting a bit busy over here though, so we'll have to keep an eye on this. You often find that if you're quite successful at beating back the traditional colonial nations, that other nations may actually join in. I don't think the Ottomans did much colonising historically. Oh, colonies just arrived. Fair enough. In that case, I'm probably going to park the ship there anyway, because that is our first colony over here, which actually belongs to us. Wiccan separatists, that's fine, that's what the army's there for. We've got a national decision, found the Indian Trade Company. I see no drawbacks to that. Let's do it. That's given us another merchant as well. That might even leave the army there. because they'll be in a good position to take France on later. And also, there may be further uprisings. Yeah, there's one for Cleves. Berg or Cleves itself, so we will be getting them at some point. In the meantime, possibly the last time we need to use the army over here, let us declare war. So, we've got a ton of claims, which is brilliant, so we'll probably take down these other nations first. So we just go take these guys down, if we can claim any land from them. Actually, I completely forgot we had spy networks. Never mind. Never actually did fabricate anything. Doesn't matter. Maybe we'll be able to claim land from them, maybe we won't. I'm not taking it too seriously down here because I think our colonial natures could do this without us. Shipbuilding time is going to be greater, that's fine, I can live with that. Got a new colony somewhere. Okay. Excellent. Right, so we could build another colony there, but I honestly don't see the point because no one else is going to be able to build a colony there. So, what I'm actually thinking is let's pick these guys up and start another colony down here. Maybe if we do try to take this area. It'd be nice to get the islands as well. Whatever, let's take Daru. So what I do need to do is pick up at least some of that army. So I've got them heading down here, I think. So let's bring the ships over. Some Clevian separatists now. This time it's your turn to have the castle as a disadvantage. Still got a massive Polish army nearby anyway. Nope. Another self-sustaining colony. Where are you? Oh yeah. That's fine, I'm just trying to cut France off. If we can, carry on with missionary work. Nice and simple. Okay, so I'll think about it. Oh, we've still got another merchant. Sorry. Something I hadn't thought, so not going to worry too much. Let's just go to the trade screen. What are they suggesting next? Australia. Interesting choice, I have to say. Whatever, fine. Let's transfer trade power in Australia. That's fine. Might as well have a merchant doing something. I'm not sure it's what I would have picked, but that is fine. Sorry, yes, so I was just going to have a look at potentially vassalising Dahomey again. I don't know if we can actually vassalise them, but... not vassalise, annex them. But if we start improving relations... actually, we possibly can. Not when we're at war, though. Well, not when they're at war. Right. I'm not going to worry about West Africa at the moment. We need to focus down here. Seem to have lost the general there. Yeah, there's quite a bit of fighting going on up here. However, I also need these ships to arrive. I'm not entirely sure how you managed to get there. That's because we're at war. We actually don't need 10 prestige, so I'll take the money for once. And also, while we're at it, let's improve relations with some of our colonies. I don't think we're going to be Sorry, I was a little confused there by the whole exile thing. I think it was this army here just crossing over, which is fine. Okay, brilliant. Right, so if you guys load onto the ships, or at least as many of you as can. Actually, do I want you all to load onto the ships? I mean, I do need an army. Let's just split you. I'm just thinking I need quite a big army in Europe to take France on as well. So if I just send you there for now, it's close to where the colonies are going to be. Oh, there we go. Here's this, New Spain. No, I'll leave them be, but I'm going to resend the ship to Daru. We have now won the siege of Cuzco, and for some reason it's taken us all the way up here. Whereas we need to be down here. So I'm going to make you guys a new general. A good general. And let's finish the job down here. So we can get these people to peace out of the war. We'll happily take whatever we can from them. It'd be great if we can take land, but if we can't, I'm not going to worry about it. And I can possibly head up to help up there, although I don't think, as predicted, they actually need our help. I think we're just finishing them off without us. Ooh, who's this? Peace offer. I think I'll wait until I've got all your land subjugated, thanks. No big hurry. Let's try and get as much out of this war as we possibly can. I do like the little sun shields. They're even crushing the navy. Yep, I think my army's getting more and more superfluous in this part of the world, which is good. Improved production. Also, we now have 2 diplomats again, so I'm going to start improving relations with Tierra Austral. There's a mosquito. Not sure who you are. At the moment I'm more interested in seeing what I can get. Alright. So what can we get from them? So we could make them... Oh no, apparently we can't, at least not yet. Oh, we can make them concede Colombia though. Not sure what that actually gives us, but I think it actually gives New Granada a new province. Excellent. That's good. Choice some Kano. No problem. Alright, what about you guys? What can I get from you? Concede Peru. I think this basically just means we get all of their land. There we go. Brilliant. So is this Cajamarca as well? It is. Actually, I think this is too though. So seeing as we're next door to it, we may as well take this land. Good. Alright, prestige again. I know we've got very high prestige, but one can never have too much prestige. Just speed up a little. Depending on how much of this land we can take. Quarantine, usually a good idea. Excellent Minister. Hang on. Excellent Minister, and we get a skill 2, 50% cheaper advisor. We should take advantage of that. Simulation, also good. Let's check this advisor out. So skill 2, diplomatic reputation. Doesn't cost us too much more. So although we can probably afford a +3 one now. Brilliant. Okay, so with this in mind, I think I'm going to move these guys over to Rio Grande. Apparently we now have the option to call an ally into our war. Yes, I don't think I'm very interested, to be honest. Okay, let's do it. So Spanish Peru has become much bigger, New Granada has become a bit bigger. They can probably finish them off without my help now. These guys are going to go over there, or I want them to be picked up and taken to Spain. Spain proper. Possibly Africa. Let's get our ships over there to the Rio Grande. So the plan is now to, because we become so powerful in the colonies, I don't think we need an army there of our own anymore, apart from for the few new colonies we're still building, which is almost none. Just a few up here, I think. I think we can count on the colonies to take down anyone currently in the Americas, even France. So for our fight against France, I want all of our armies around France. So we've got one up there, we'll have another here. They'll also double up to deal with any unrest in Africa, which I would imagine that we're probably coming up to. So they got some Sunni zealots coming. So not necessarily saying we're going to attack France immediately, but yeah, it's on the cards. It's definitely on the cards. After all, we're now in the 18th century, we've got less than 100 years to go. Simulation is always nice. What have we got? Provinces held by other nations. Atomi. I don't even know who Atomi is. There's someone up here. I do know we've got quite a few. Oh, it is. I did think we had quite a few claims up here. It's true, actually. I need to bring these guys over to Spain. Does Atomi have any allies? Wichita. Yeah. There you go. Why not? You only horribly defeated once. Do I want to drag Portugal into the battle? Well, it's an option, except I think Caribus might try and take some of Wichita from us, so let's just not bother. I don't think we need them, and I'd rather drag them into the war with France. So let's keep them handy as an option for the French war. Go, finished diplomacy, which does mean, I think, that we've got the option of new policies. So our current was colonial expansion. We definitely still want that for as long as we're doing colonies. However, trade power abroad to me sounds pretty good. Diplomatic Defence Act also sounds good. We can have extra diplomatic relations, although we don't need them yet, so maybe not. Global trade power might be worth it. Naval Secrecy Act, probably not worth it. Okay, so let's do this because of the trade power and ship durability. Might do this one for the diplomatic reputation, though I might switch to diplomatic relations later. Dissolution Act. Tax modifier monthly autonomy change. I think that's pretty good. So you see, I'm happily sacrificing our power now because I think these policies are good enough. I did diplomacy. I do like diplomatic reputation. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the actual mercenaries, but we will see. Covered away. Alright. Let's just keep taking the Atomi. To Conquistador. Never mind. Should actually probably do something about these because we probably want them to give in first. Then again, hopefully Florida and Spanish Canada will join in with them. Abolition of slavery. I cannot say yes fast enough. Darn right. Portugal has disputed succession. We already have a royal marriage with them. To be fair though, the ruler's only 16 years old, and be surprised if we can't produce an heir from that. But I suppose we shall see. Alright, let's head up here. In fact, most of the point, let's chase this army down. Apparently causing some problems, and we do have a 3-star general. Hoping we can handle them even if those two armies join forces, which I suspect they may. If we can deal with them separately, that would certainly be preferable. Okay, a finished colony, that's good. Keep going. Might need a boat for the last one. Have to keep that in mind. Where are we? Well, it's a good sign they're running away, I suppose. Even better sign if we can handle them as two separate armies. There we go. That's what we want. Right, let's go and chase down the other one now. This nation can also head back to mainland Spain. Wonderful, right, so we've definitely got them working on these. Have we done the pickup in Rio Grande yet? No, we haven't. Where's the army? they've just stopped there, like total lemons, even though there's nothing stopping them going around. But never mind. Alright, let's just speed things up a little. Golden era for culture, that's brilliant. We have a much cheaper artist, but they're only skill 2. Austria have the new empire, which is good. I'm not entirely sure where these armies have come from, because they don't really have any land to make armies. I suppose they must have been there to start with or something. Okay. Let's move there. Let's just see what we can get out of these people. Right, they just want to give us ducats. Well, I can't say that appeals. How about conceding Mexico to us instead? It's better. So New Spain is now much bigger. Concede colonial Mexico as well. And New Spain have gobbled that up, so New Spain is now looking huge, which is good. Okay, do Rio Bravo. I'm assuming there's no way there, is there? No. Cool. That should make them even more able to handle things. Right, brilliant. Where is my army? Come on, need you back here. Florida, no, already taxed them. Got a new general, apparently. With 50 tradition, great. You can be the general of... Actually, you don't look as good as the others. And seeing as we're now losing military points because of you, I think I'll get rid. Sorry about that. What we get? Cajamarca separatists. 21. I'm pretty sure you guys can handle them. I'll be annoyed if you can't. Fair enough, this does actually look a little bad, so I'm going to bring the army back. Let's go and help. It's not ideal, but maybe things will calm down a bit after this one. Can always hope. Right, keep colonising. Haven't achieved much, we'll at least cut them off from this territory here. Subsidising these guys? We're not subsidising. Ah, brilliant. Making some progress over here now. So these lands are going to remain ours, just like the African lands do. So we'll probably keep the armies in place, even if they're not quite as big as I would like. Better than nothing. And keep colonising as we go, even though it is quite expensive. We do have rather a lot of money now, so less of a concern. It does take quite a while to walk across the breadth of South America. I found one of them for us anyway. actually be mildly annoyed, I think, if they handle the other one before we get there. No, we're fine. Right, great. Let's get back to the plan. A bit concerned about the Ottomans causing problems for us. We've got Austria and Lithuania. Sure which way to go. I kind of feel like these lands are more likely to be colonised first, but then these are closer to the trade nodes and things, and the other islands, and also closer to these Portuguese settlements. Oh, good grief. Is this the Ottomans again? Come on, Tierra Austral. Finish colonising. That effort we put in to make you as big as possible. Terrible, right. Okay, looks like England took this province. Great Britain. Never been as keen on that one. It's kind of isolated. A full view of the world now. I'll accept bits of Russia. Oh, this sounds good. Sun never sets. 16th century. Well, yeah, we're in the 18th century. Spain, Austria, the Low Countries, Milan, and the Kingdom of Naples. Have we got Milan? Unless it's there. Well, Milan's more here, isn't it? North, South America, Africa, and Asia. So we're gaining prestige we don't need, legitimacy which we half need, and a ton of papal influence, which is definitely appreciated. Right, I guess let's just push our mercantilism through the roof. Cool. Whoop, someone's declared war on us. Although it might be for a good reason. Apparently, we just gained Austria for nothing. Personal union with Austria. Liege is the Holy Roman Emperor. And Prussia. Prussia wants Austria. Okay. So that is in some ways unfortunate. But in other ways, because I think Austria will fight on our side, as will Poland. I didn't even know this army was here. Wow. I need to pay more attention to my armies. Okay, that's mildly embarrassing. Right, brilliant. So, hopefully... No, we still haven't got our army back. So we've still got armies in the New World, but hopefully we can actually take these on. But I think I might leave that for next time. So I've already gone over, and I suspect our war on Prussia is going to be a pretty big war. But no, that's brilliant. We've just randomly gained Austria now. So they're putting a Habsburg on our throne. Has kind of backfired on them. But that's well worth having. I just hope we can make peace with Prussia again afterwards, because they are definitely a formidable nation. They're actually scarier than France. It didn't occur to me we'd end up fighting them. Are they Habsburgs? They're not Habsburgs, are they? Well, they've obviously still decided they want to fight us for Austria. So yeah, I think we do have the advantage. But we shouldn't count our chickens, because by reputation the Prussian army is much more powerful than it looks. There's certainly a 3-star general there. In fact, should we swap our generals because they're a bit closer? So we put the 3-star one there, the 2-star one here, and I think we should try to bring those armies together as soon as we can. On the plus side, they don't have any allies, whereas we have Austria, and I think... Is Portugal joined in? We don't seem to have joined in yet, but maybe they will. We have Austria and Poland, of course, and Naples, and all our colonial nations. It should be fine, but we'll leave it for next time, because it may be a bit of a long haul, and we better be nice and careful about how we go about it. But yes, if we can come out of this with Austria, that would be pretty brilliant. That really would. Great. So let's just leave it there, and I'll see you next time.